Well-worn knives, well kept. Always the freshest one picked. These are the marks of a maker. Dough-covered hands and handles made for them. Saved stocks for homemade stocks. These are the marks of a maker. Blisters and burns turned badges of honor. Entire kitchens made for making, made for exploring. These are the marks of the creators, the rule breakers, and the risk takers. These are the marks of a maker.
Welcome to Openshop and welcome to the launch of KitchenAid. Now this is a big brand, one of the biggest brands in the world. It's made in the USA, it is quality. It is a product that you going to want to have. I'm so excited about this product. To have out on your shelf, to show off, but also to cook the food for all of the troops. You can cook for one, you can cook for loads because it's a 4.5 litre capacity. It's an automatic cook processor. So it cooks, it chops, it kneads, it mixes, it stirs, it fries, it even steams. We can be cooking baby food, we can be cooking stews, soups, curries, cakes, amazing amount of things to cook with. And it's a fully automatic 6 different systems here, or you can actually drive this machine manually. And I'm not going to be doing this show alone. I'm going to be cooking today with a professional, with Belinda from KitchenAid, and she's going to show us all about this incredible cook processor. So Belinda, would you like to come on in and tell us a little bit about this incredible brand, which is 100 years old? Hello, Belinda, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
Welcome.
Very
nice
exciting.
nice to have you here. Nice to be cooking in the kitchen together. So KitchenAid's 100 years old.
100 years, yes.
Tell us a little bit about the brand.
So as you said, so KitchenAid is a US company, so from Greenville, Ohio. It all started with our iconic stand mixer. So our stand mixer is 100 years old. And from then we've evolved to beautiful things like this KitchenAid.
It's gorgeous.
Cook processor.
It is gorgeous. And tell me a little bit about yourself. You are a chef.
I'm a chef by trade. So yes, I did that many years ago. And then I got into kitchenware retail. So I was lucky enough to be able to sell KitchenAid, sell these beautiful products. Now I'm actually a trainer for KitchenAid, so I'm with KitchenAid only. Mum of 2 beautiful children, so I use this a lot.
We're both mums,
Yes.
we know how important it is, but you're the chef, I'm the cook. So this is the type of machine that really can be from a beginner, from people who don't really know how to cook, or all the way through to that helper's hand, the chef. And you're loving using this. You were telling me before.
Using this. Yes. So this is for the passionate gourmet who really loves precision and control, because you can use it manually. For the busy parent who needs that extra set of hands. And also, yes, as you said, for the beginner. So there is 6 programmed functions. With this, the recipe book guides you through function to function. It's very simple.
Okay, so that's great that it's simple, but you're a chef. So do I need a university degree to use this? Because if I do,
certainly not.
Most certainly not.
No.
And look, I'll tell you something interesting. I was given one last week to take home and put it through its paces, and it didn't come with the instruction book because someone had taken the instruction book out here at Openshop, and I went, no, that suits my personality fine, because I didn't want to have to stop and read through it. So for me, it suited my personality type, which was take it out of the box. If I can assemble it, if I can put it together, if I could drive this without an instruction manual, and it didn't have the recipe book either. I did get it. I eventually got it. So if I can do it, you can do it at home if you're a beginner. But if you're an expert, you can also drive this. So automatic, I love the automatic process.
Yes.
Let's have a little look at something that we can put together from the chef.
Okay, so we've got a soup. So entree, nice and easy for winter.
Right.
So we're going to, so as you said, like this chops. So that's what I love about this. There's no need to get out your knives, and also you can get the kids involved. So you know they're not going to cut themselves with knives.
The bit that I loved was the time that I set on it, it counted itself back. So from a safety perspective, as a mum, if you've got kids, or even if you've got a partner that may get distracted, or even if you're like me, it counted itself backwards and it turned itself off, or it went on to keeping warm mode. So I loved that safety feature.
That's very handy as well. Yes, once it times out, you've got a 45-minute window. So if hubby's running a little bit late, or, oh, quick, I've just got to, the kids are in the bath, let's just wait. 45 minutes, it keeps warm for when you're using those manual settings with this.
So before we start, I'm just going to let you know the item number is 300388 and 300386, my mistake. And look, with this machine at this price, the offer is incredible.
Amazing.
So I know what the RRP is. The RRP is $2,099. The offer today is $999. This is an investment in your time.
That's right.
Like
Yes.
it's a kitchen
saving
appliance.
time in the kitchen.
Saving time. And if you can deliver healthy, nutritious, hands-free.
That's what I love
Yes.
about it also, is the fact that I'm knowing we're going to make a curry paste a little bit later. So I know
that's
exactly
fancy.
what's going into the food for my children. It's all fresh, healthy ingredients, you know, not opening a jar and throwing it all. We're using fresh and healthy.
But you can if you,
certainly
want to.
can. You certainly
can.
can. But
Okay.
this, yes, but this you're starting from scratch.
Fantastic. Okay.
All right, well, we start with our soup.
We will, but for those at home who have just joined us, we're just about to start making a soup. So Belinda's going to make a curry paste. Belinda, what else are you going to make in the hour? Because we've got loads of beautiful smelling
We've
things
got
that you've
lots
got ingredients
of stuff
everywhere.
to do.
What are we going to cook?
We're going to also do a satay beef.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yes, yummy. This is one of my favourites. The kids love this one. We're also going to do, I think you're going to do a bolognese, something that you may...
This is a Cheats bolognese. This is still a homemade meal, but I've brought my jar sauce and I've brought my tins of tomatoes. So, you know, on those days where you just don't have time to cook everything, but you want a healthy meal, you want to be making it yourself at home and you want it to be hands-free. So I'm going to do that.
So you're going to do the bolognese. Then we're going to do a red curry paste and we're going to steam some fish because this also steams. We're going to steam our veggies and our fish. And then we're going to finish off with a chocolate brownie.
Hello, now you're talking my language.
Everyone's very excited here about the chocolate brownie.
Now you're speaking my language. Okay, so in terms of driving this machine, I found it incredibly easy with the automatic function buttons, but also this lovely dial. That was so easy and intuitive to get through the minute by minute, the time, the temperature.
So the little dial is how you navigate, how you use set the time. First, can we just start off with one of my the part that I love about this is the bowl. I call it the cooking pot. So this, whatever you can do on top of your stove, you can do in this bowl. It's a massive 4.5 litre capacity.
And it's beautiful quality stainless steel.
Beautiful. Stainless steel, but the bottom of the base is aluminium. So aluminium is a great heat conductor. So you're really getting that nice heat with that one. And yes, I just love that it's nice and wide. It's very easy to get your ingredients out, just like a pot, just like the pot that you'd use on top of your stove. That is, that's the stainless steel bowl.
I love the non-slip handles, they're safe, and also the fact that the lid needs to be secured.
Yes.
To get the process going, so it's safe, because it has those chopping blades in there.
Correct.
It means that it's locked in, there can be no little mistakes or injury, you know.
No, that's right. And you're using hot, so it's got a little lock here, and then it's got a lock at the side
KitchenAid
as well.
quality, KitchenAid
And another
quality.
thing that I love about this, they've thought about the quality and keeping people safe, is when we open the lid, the little seal. So that little seal is to stop you getting steam in your face. So they've thought, KitchenAid, think of everything.
It's KitchenAid,
It's
come on.
KitchenAid,
We are with a brand that is 100 years old. We're with a brand that is an aspirational purchase, but at that price, it is a kitchen must-have. It really is. It's now affordable. So, you know, let's kick it off and start your cooking, because I want to get steal a few recipes.
Okay. Well, this is so this is a sweet potato and miso soup.
Okay, so which blade?
So this is your multi-purpose blade.
We're getting many blades?
We get quite a few blades. This is the multi-purpose blade. So this is your knife of your kitchen, basically. So this is going to chop my onion and my garlic.
This is your knife.
One of the worst
your knife and your pot.
things in the world that I don't like chopping onion and garlic. So I'm going to just slide it in, just like your food processor, just slide it in.
So I now longer do not need my chopping board and my knife. I'm going to pop it in there. This is going to do it for me. Okay, let's go.
So we've got our onion here. So I've got my onion and garlic.
Do I need to put oil in there?
Not just yet. So I'm just going to chop it up. So I'm going to secure my
lid. Lock the lid. Okay.
So down here on our control panel, you've got quite a few little things. So I'm just going to use the pulse. So this is the pulse button to quickly pulse this.
Give it a zap.
Up.
Give it a zap. So no more tears.
No more tears. So depending how fine, and this is what I love also, this is where it gets back to the passionate gourmet. Some people like their onions chunky, some like them really fine, and you do it to your liking.
Control. So I've got
total control.
So if I wanted chunky onion, so if I was doing, say, a casserole, where I'd just give it a quick little zip.
Pulse, just to break.
Super fine. If I was doing something like a sauce, I'd just keep pulsing it.
Yes.
And because we've got this see-through lid, I can actually visualise exactly where it's at. I can see what's happening in the pot. It's not a full coverage. You've got that window to see what's happening inside the cook processor.
You do. So I like the pulse function, but if you like to take it nice and slow, down here is also this activates as you're stirring, and also your chopping salt starts off nice and slow.
It's really hard to make an error because you can add, you can subtract your speed, you can see what's going on, you've got control, and of course you've got quality. And then lastly, but probably most importantly, you've got safety, because this is a machine of quality. You can hear those blades. You can hear them
see,
work.
so that was on 10, and it's nice and sturdy too. So full metal, die-cast metal as well. So it's nice and heavy. It's not going to be bouncing around.
Okay.
All right, so so now I'm going to take, I'm going to leave that one in.
Leave your chopping tool.
I need a little spatula.
I'll get you a spatula. Here we go. Would you be able to just use this wooden spoon?
Perfect, that'll do.
There we go.
Thank you. So we're just going to scrape down the sides.
So you may need a spatula. You're going to get it. There's a KitchenAid spatula coming with the kit.
There you go.
But if not, just grab your wooden spoon. Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of oil into this.
So, Belinda, we're getting the recipe book, and the recipe book is incredible. My gosh, there are so many recipes. I even downloaded the app. So there was a free app.
Yes, the app is fantastic.
The app is incredible. However, many of the things that I cooked at home over the last week, I used the same recipe that I'd normally use. I didn't actually follow the recipe book or even get onto the app. So I literally press the fry button, the automatic function button, and then I just dialed it up or dialed it down with the stirring arm, and I put the amount of time that I felt that I needed. So it was cooking the way that I normally cooked, but removing myself from the process. I got to walk away. I got to go and do something else.
That's the best thing.
And I knew that this was going to be cooked the same way that I normally would, by hand, because that stirring arm did it for me.
Yes.
Loved it. I just bought myself some time.
Yeah, well, that's what you do. That's right. You can sit and have a glass of wine. But let's get this started. So I'm going to, as Gabby said, in the book that you follow all these functions down here, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But this one just calls for me to set the temperature myself. So this is the temperature button. So I'm going to press that, and I'm going to move it a little bit back here for me to see in these lights.
What temp are you going to do, Belinda?
So I'm going to do 110.
Easy. Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't see anything. Okay, here we go. So 45. So we're going to take it to 110. And just
look, the contrast here with these super bright studio lights in your home. In my home,
not like this.
The screen, setting the timer, the contrast was perfect. It was just on like any other digital appliance.
And at home, it's usually facing me. I'm not working backwards.
We're not.
So we're going to, I think that's about 2 minutes. And then I'm just going to press the little play button.
Start.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you did was press the temperature. I can do that. This is a rotary dial. It goes up by 5 or 10 degree increments. So dial it up to the temperature you need, hit the dial or hit the place button, and away we go.
Yes, so and I've left the multi-purpose blade in. So the multi-purpose blade, because with the soup we're going to blend it all up. So I'm not going to worry about changing blades. Oh, yep, there you go. I can hear it. I can hear it cooking now. So this is just going to saute my onions. So this has an intermittent speed down here as well. So it'll stir for a little bit and stop. And I like to have that little bit of break from stirring, because you get that caramelisation. So, but I don't want it to burn.
Okay.
So you'll hear it just kick in every so often, and that will be excuse me, that's stirring it for you.
Brilliant. Now, Belinda, on the top here, this you can remove.
Yes, so this is your little...
because I didn't get the instruction manual book when I first got this, I had to guess all these things, you see. I thought this was ingenious, because I just popped the top off there because I forgot to put some ingredients in, of course, and I added it without having to open up the lid, without having to release it, even though it's easy to open. That was just easier for me. So that was lovely. And you can pop it back on, so you can actually cook with or without.
Yes, and the recipes guide and tell you when to use it. So if you're doing a lot of stews over a long time, they say to remove your measuring cup.
Okay.
Just so but it's still letting out some steam.
Yes,
but just
it's
so
a
you
steam
can let it
vent.
out. Yes.
Now,
correct.
It made a little noise.
So that was just saying that it's reached temperature.
Okay.
So it preheats
that was quick.
for about 2 minutes, and then it's reached temperature.
Super fast.
So, and that's another thing I love about this is like, oh, okay, is my 2 minutes up yet? I think my onions are done. You can stop it at any stage.
Yeah, right.
And move on faster with the recipe if you wish.
Okay, so if I wanted to open the lid again, I would just simply release that, or press the pause, release that, open it up, open the lid up fully, and add stuff in. So if you wanted to add...
Yes. So let's do that now. So let's add our sweet potato.
Okay, there we go. Are you going to add both,
Thank you.
both bowls?
Yes, both
quite
bowls.
Quite a lot there.
Well, with the 4.5 litre bowl, you can cook for the troops, a larger family, but you can also use cook
a little bit.
Yes.
So if I'm cooking just for one, if I just want to cook enough for myself, or if I only have a few of the ingredients, and I just want to make a little bit, I can.
You can certainly do that as well.
So I don't have to cook it all the way to, pack to the rafters for the troops. So we're cooking for one. We're cooking for many. We can be meal prepping, Belinda. So if I wanted to, say, cook a huge big batch of curry sauce, or whether it was a huge big batch of soup. And what was that you just put in?
So that's a red miso paste.
Oh,
so I've just got a little bit of red miso in there. And we're going to put it down, lock the lid.
Sweet potato and miso.
And now we're going to set it for 20 minutes. So we're going to leave it at 100. Sorry again. We're going to set this.
Okay, so we are going to now change the temperature to, say, 100?
Put it on 100.
100. And how long are we going to cook it for,
20
Belinda?
minutes.
20 minutes. Okay, so this is what we call using manual cooking functions, yes?
Correct. This is using it manually.
So you can be using the automatic function buttons. You can be driving it manually like Belinda just has done now. So we really can be as creative as we like, or we can make it the creator. So KitchenAid, we've got the Cook Pro, and it has 6 automatic cooking modes, which is boil, fry, stew, steam, puree, and dough. There are the manual cooking functions, which is what we just did then with the soup. It has the variable speed, the temperature and time. So of course you can develop your own recipes or make, the cold dishes. You've got the quick stir function and the pulse function. We showed you that, so you can pulse just a little or pulse quite a lot. Stir assist, I love. It gently folds and it stirs. So what the stir assist does, it stops things from sticking. It mixes things through if you're making a risotto. So it gives you even cooking, and it stirs, well, by hand. It gives you by hand results. Timeless design, it's a stunning machine. Beautiful colour finishes. Of course, this is guaranteed to be strong. It's KitchenAid, it's reliable, it's versatile, and it's backed by 100 years of quality and excellence, made in the USA. Look, it really doesn't get much better. I also love the viewing platform here. We can see inside here, we can see exactly what's going on. Here's what you're getting, guys. So you are getting the cook processor. You are getting the machine here, and of course with the 4.5 litre stainless steel pot. You're getting 2 types of steaming baskets. You've got the upper steaming basket, the inner steaming basket. You're getting 2 blades. So you're getting the multi-chop and the mini chop. You're getting the whisk, you're getting the whip, and you're getting the stirring arm. This is like your wooden spoon. This will stop things from sticking. This will gently mix, and you can change the speed. So you can have it intermittent mixing, you can have it low speed, all the way up to high speed. So if you were frying and you really needed to keep things moving fast, you just pop it on the high speed. You've got all the different automatic function buttons there. Of course, we can drive it manually. And of course, the lid is safety secured, and the machine won't work unless the lid is locked on, as it should be. So you've got safety, you've got quality, and of course you've got that KitchenAid 100 years of expertise, 100 years of quality, 100 years of experience. It's an aspirational showpiece for your kitchen, for your home. And if you'd like to order, 386 is your item number. 386 is your item number. So jump online, openshop.com.au, get on the phones at 13 25 80 or tap the app. And of course, if this is your first purchase, you will be getting 10% off your first order. Wow, so $9.99 plus that additional 10%, you're gonna save $99. And remember, the recommended retail price on this is just over $2,000. So this is value. Did I mention that it's 51% off? Just a bit over 51% off. So
it's an amazing
we really are giving you value here today with that timeless brand. It is KitchenAid. But it's time for me to do my automatic bolognese. Now, I'm going to be doing a bit of a cheat bolognese today, Belinda. We all have our cheat days, right? So what I did was I brought along us. We'll do this together.
All right.
I know that you probably wouldn't do the cheap bolognese, but you know.
Most of us at home do. I do. It's all good.
Okay, so we've got some onion, we've got a little bit of oil, we've got the pork mince there. So let's pop, the way I did it the other night was, popped a little splash of oil in, my onion, my garlic.
So we're going to chop up our onion and garlic.
Let's
so
do
did you
that.
say this? I love this little storage case too for all your blades. So it's all neat and tidy.
Well, it's safe as well because those blades, look, I've got to say, they're super sharp. They are like a samurai sword. And if you have those floating around in your gadget drawer, it's not safe. Keep them in that case
Away from little fingers.
Away from little fingers. And it's got that lovely Perspex lid. Okay, so let's pop in. Should we pop in the onion?
Yes, so onion.
And garlic, there we go. We'll drive that along there. And if you can get that whirring and stirring.
All right, so we're going to just pulse this up. Do you like chunky?
Chunky's fine.
Beautiful. Done.
Perfect. Okay, so that was like 2 seconds. And
so now we're going to take this one out because we've done our chopping.
Let's put
our stir assist in. So this is a beautiful our stir assist. So it's silicone. It's not going to mince up all your your ingredients. It's like delicately stirring. Well, it also flips as well the way it's designed.
It does flip the way it's designed, so it moves things over. So things aren't just sitting on one surface area, they're turning. And when you're turning things, you're cooking on one side and you're cooking on the other, because the thing is you don't want it just lifting up from the bottom, or else you're only going to be frying.
Yeah, you're only going to be moving, the bottom stuff. So it flips it all in.
Now, because I'm a bit of a hack cook, I'm not a chef like you, Belinda, let's just 500 grams of your favourite mince. So look, it could be beef, it could be a mixture. You can use pork and veal, you can use, low fat content, super lean. Should I just pop the sauce straight in?
We'll brown this off.
Let's do that.
Let's just quickly brown this off. I think that'll get...
So normally in your kitchen, you would have already had a knife out, you would have had a chopping board out, you would have had to chop the onion, mince the garlic, you would have had to then get a fry pan out and start frying off that mince. You would then transfer it all over to a pot to start getting that sauce going. So we are one pot wonder.
So let's do it. So you use the fry function.
Let's do fry.
So these functions down here, they're basically preset, but they're just different temperatures and different times.
Yes.
So that's all they are really. So let me find, with our little fry function, and they have different programs. So fry P1 cooks at 140 degrees for 10 minutes.
Love it.
So that sounds good to me. So let's start
and away we go. So this is what we call hands-free automatic cooking. We press that one function button, so program 1. If we wanted to go on the program 2, we just move the little dial across.
We just turn the dial to P2 and it'll just be a different temperature and a different time. And the stirring too, it also sets your stirring.
So we can be using the automatic, we can be driving this manually. So this is where it's for the beginner.
Yes.
It's for the accomplished cook. It really does. We can manipulate this machine to suit our needs.
That's right. So this our fry mode. So we could, if we wanted to, change the temperature a little bit higher, or set the time, take the time down to 5 minutes. So yes, you can manipulate it. So once you've learnt all about it, you can go, nope, that didn't cook for as long as what I thought, or needs to be a little bit longer for my taste, and you can manipulate it and change it.
Okay. So in the instruction book, when I finally got the recipe book and I finally got the instruction book, I'm going to just grab that, Belinda. And I'm going to just show everybody at home what you're getting with this book, because this, even though I didn't need it, I did look at it when I did get it. So
it gives you a little bit of inspiration too.
It's a great,
nicer than flicking through a recipe book for some inspiration.
It really gives you incredibly easy show and tell. So you've got pictures and you've got instructions of what the functions are and how we can do things. So we turn the page and it really shows you how to drive it, what each little tool, what each little blade does, how we use it properly or how we use it easily. It's a beautiful book. And then, of course, Belinda, it turns into your chef's best friend. Recipes.
Recipes. So, and this book is also broken up into those 6 functions. So the boil section, then you go to your fry and your stew, your steam. So yes, you're selecting by
incredible.
Category.
Yep. So we've got absolutely incredible. I saw some hummus and I saw some dips and I saw some baby food, some dressings for salads.
Yes.
So we can be using this to emulsify. Now that was a little bit of a ding dong happening over here. What did that noise mean?
Over
is
here.
it timer?
I think it's just telling. No, it's still counting down.
Okay.
I think it was this one saying maybe that it's metered at
temperature.
Yes,
temperature's up.
It's preheated.
Okay. So it talks to us very quietly. It's a calm voice.
It is calm.
It's not a.
It's not beeping at you. So another thing about the versatility of your cook processor, Bechamel. I do my bechamel in this. I was a bit of a doubting Thomas at the beginning because you throw all your ingredients
because you're worried that bechamel you can burn easily because there's butter and there's flour and it's a delicate sauce.
Traditionally on the stove you have to stand there and you cannot walk away or it gets lumpy. But this one was throw it all in and I was like, oh, is this really going to work? And it worked a treat. So now I do all my bechamel sauces in my cook processor.
Automatic or manual function?
I do it manually.
Okay, so low temperature. And which did you use the stirring up?
No, no, I followed the recipe. There is a recipe, so it's not in this book because the KitchenAid cook processor has been around for a few years now, and there's more and more recipes on the website or on the app. So it's constantly getting uploaded. So it was a recipe on the app.
Off the app. So you can follow the recipe, and as you get better and as you learn how to do it, you can adjust it. You can make it as automatic or as manual as you need. So as you learn how to do it, you will know how to adjust the time, adjust the temperature. There's only so few buttons on this machine. You really can't get it wrong.
No, that's right. No, you really can't get it wrong.
Okay.
All right. So let's just quickly stop this and just add our sauce. So we can just pop that straight through here if you want to.
Straight through there. Let's do that. Oh, no, I think we better lift the lid. Look, it's very likely that I could make a real mess, Belinda. Anybody that knows me knows that I tend to be a little bit messy. Okay.
Scrape the sides down there.
Okay, and you do get a spatula. You get a spatula, and it's a beautiful heat-tempered spatula. It's a silicone spatula, so you do get that spatula, so you can be using that. Okay, away we go.
All right, done. So let's just...
Oh, I might just put some herbs in, but that's okay. I'll put them through the top.
dried herbs, put them through the top.
Okay,
so let's get this. I apologise, it's very hard to see this.
Now let's set, Belinda, let's forget, and let's move on to something else.
Let's move on.
Okay, so...
Sorry, it's quite tricky working backwards with this little baby.
Belinda's doing very, very well. She is working backwards in the brighter studio lights, so the contrast is...
So let's do this for 15 minutes, do you think,
15 minutes
Gabby?
is plenty. Plenty.
All right.
I'll get rid of this mess for you, Belinda.
I didn't lock the lid in, so it beeped to tell me that you have forgotten to lock the lid in.
Safety first, absolutely love it. This is KitchenAid. KitchenAid have thought of everything. KitchenAid is quality. It's not just a good-looking machine. This is quality. So $13.25.80. If this is a machine that you need in your life, if this is a machine that's going to give you back time, it's going to give you control, it's going to give you beautiful home-cooked meals. You can cook for one, you can cook for the troops. It's 4.5 litre capacity. Jump on the app, get online at openshop.com.au or call $13.25.80.
Perfect.
Okay.
Are we going to go, will we do our satay beef?
Let's do satay beef.
Let's go back to our satay beef. So this is as great, quick, easy one for...
quick, I love.
Quick.
We like quick.
Dinner, nice, quick, all right.
It's got to be quick, it's got to be easy, but Belinda, it's got to be tasty. Nutrition's also up there, but I think taste and nutrition, for me...
it's definitely
even
tasty.
Even kill. Okay.
All right,
so
once again,
your onion, you're going to pulse.
Onion and garlic in here. I'm just going to pulse this, chop it all up.
So really, we call this a food processor. This really is a food processor. It's the cook processor. We've got the food processor in this one bowl, so we no longer have to use that separate food processor. Or your little mini choppers, it's all built in. This is an all-in-one system. It's a fully integrated all-in-one appliance. Okay, so that's a much finer chop there.
Yes, with the red onion, so that's nice. So we're just going to add then a little bit of olive oil. So I'm going to remove...
Lovely.
This one.
And do you want the stirring arm?
I'll put my stir assist in.
I can do that for you.
Thank you very much. So we're going to use one of the program one of the program functions for this. So we're going to start with a fry, fry function. So can I this isn't a deep fry.
No.
So our cook processor temperature range is from 40 degrees to 140
So 40 degrees, I can melt butter, I can melt chocolate. Boom.
And you can prove dough.
Oh, absolutely fabulous.
I've just found making a dough in this and I love it.
Okay,
so we're going to have our... we're going to go to P2 for this one, and I'm just going to press start.
That's easy. Okay, so the screen shows us exactly where we're at in the process. It's saying 130 degrees. It's telling me exactly what I'm doing, and it's got my time there. So it started at 10 minutes. It's counting backwards. So we can always see where we're at in terms of how many minutes till I've got to grab the meat out of the fridge, or how many minutes have I got so I can go and put a load of washing on.
That's what I love. Have I got time to quickly run the bath and put the kids in the bath before I have to come back for the next step?
So
I love that it counts down for you.
We know where we're at. We can pause it though. If you wanted to, you can hit the pause button.
Yes.
So it's not like when we set this, it's not like a pressure cooker where it's set and you've got to wait for it to build and you've got to wait for it to release. When you set it, if there was something that you forgot and you couldn't get it through that little feeding tube there, just open the lid, pause it, open the lid, add to it, or permanently pause it. If you think, oh gosh, I need to go out and move the cut, you know, you can, you've got control.
Definitely, yes. So that's one thing that you know, you never walk away from it. Still, you know, you still can't.
It's an appliance. It's an
because
appliance.
Because 3 o'clock and I've got dinner already. I'm like, leave that. Just go slowly to what the kids. No,
I would. It's KitchenAid. KitchenAid would recommend that you don't, but I would. I'd say right.
Some people may.
I'm going to walk the dog
like,
because after it counts backwards, if I use the automatic process, it goes into keeping warm mode for 45 minutes. So it's going to keep it at that food safety
temperature,
without it burning and without it cooking any further.
Yes, that's
love
right.
it, love it.
Yeah.
Control.
Oh, easy. So we're going to stop this through. What have we got? We've got our onions frying here. So now I'm going to stop this halfway through the little timer. So we're going to pause this. I'm going to open this up so you can see that our onions have already
the smell, just beautiful. They're frying up, they've got that golden, it's just starting, the aroma's coming through. They're certainly not sizzled.
Can we leave this cook for a little bit longer?
Of course we can.
We'll do that for a little bit
You're
longer.
The chef.
I think they need a little bit.
You're the chef.
There's nothing worse than raw onion taste, so we'll let that do its thing for a little bit longer.
So at home, all you do is close the lid down, pop that pause button off, and it will continue.
That's correct. Yes. So have we got long for how long's our soup got to go? Gabby, is that still?
Yes, it is. Now, if
you've
just tuned in, Belinda is preparing satay beef and broccoli over here, and the smell is just starting to make my mouth water. But we are going to just check how, this is a sweet potato and miso soup. I've never had sweet potato and miso soup, but I love sweet potato and I certainly love miso.
It's different, isn't it? It's a different combination, but it really works. It's quite yummy.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
So we had sweet potato. You started it off with frying the onion.
Frying our onion and garlic.
And garlic.
So a little bit of garlic in that one.
Then you put some chopped sweet potato.
Then we just put our chopped sweet potato.
Liquid stock.
And
miso paste. And we've taken the lid off there, and is that because there's a lot of steam coming out?
Yes,
because we're boiling.
It's boiling. So we're boiling this.
Okay.
And you can see that, you know, rapidly boiling away in here. So yes, you need to be able to let that steam vet.
And I absolutely love that viewing window. I love being able to see without having to open the lid and without having to release all that steam. It's a really great, it's a great feature. So if I did want to put this cooktop to table, let's just say again, if you know it was a normal regular family dinner night, and I wanted to take this to the table, obviously I need to put it on a trivet.
No, so you can serve it straight to the table.
So I can take it off and go and pop it.
Yes, the base doesn't get hot.
I didn't
know
that.
So the element is around this line here. So yes, you can take it straight to the top. You don't need a trivet or anything like that. Put it down on your nice benches.
That is clever.
So
this is a one pot.
Everything.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So I've got the safety non-slip grip handle. That awesome, because again, when you've been cooking, you know, sometimes you've got, you know, wet hands or you've been using oil. They're safe. They're silicone. They're not hot to touch. They're cool touch, and they're safety grip handles. So I can really take that over there. So if you do have to have one of these in your kitchen, like I now have one, I'm going to find it very hard to part.
Once you start to use them, it's just like, it's
going to be hard to part with that. So if you need one of these in your life, 300-386 at that price of $999, it truly is an investment. It's an investment in quality. It's an investment in an aspirational brand. This is KitchenAid. KitchenAid are 100 years old. They are American made. They are quality. They are hands-free cooking. And stay with us. We're going to switch over to some vision, but you can jump online, openshop.com.au, and grab one for yourself.
For 100 years, KitchenAid has been inspired by makers. The explorers, the creators. You're the reason we innovate and create possibility. So keep making, and we'll keep making history together.
I don't know about you, Belinda, but it is almost,
it's time to eat.
It's always time to eat. I don't need to wear a watch to find out what time it is to eat. With these smells in your kitchen, the troops are going to be rolling up. So with the soup here, how are you going to serve it? Are you going to puree it? Are you going to blend it? Or are you going to leave it that nice chunky?
No, we're going to puree it.
Can you show me how to do that?
I can. So since we've left the multi-purpose blade in here for that reason.
Why.
That's right. And then once it's finished, I think it's just about ready to go.
Okay.
And we're just going to press
Pulse?
I'm going to, because it's warm, I'm going to slowly start to cut to break through and chop it up, and then go to a higher speed to get the really nice puree.
So this is still manual. We haven't used the automatic. If I was to use the automatic, would it automatically go into a puree?
Yes, it would.
There we go.
So it'll follow the steps through, and then yes, it'll go into that puree.
Love it.
Yes.
So if you're a beginner, if you're not quite sure, jump on the app, use your recipe book and hit that automatic function button and it will do that final process for you. If you're like Belinda and you know what you're doing, I'm learning. I'd say I've got my P plates on. I've got my P plates on.
I learned exactly the same. I used the book first, and that's one thing that we recommend is to get familiar with the machine and understand what it all, because it can be confusing to some people.
Even for a qualified chef?
Well, yes. It's like, okay, when you're first testing something out and you don't want to break it, you've been entrusted with this amazing machine. It's like, okay, I'm going to use the recipe book, I promise.
Good to know the chef does it that way. So use the recipe book and
work through the recipes and then go for your life.
Okay, let's whip it up.
So let's stop this and we're going to process it. So we've just stopped that completely. So I'm going to put the measuring
move it back. Does that make it easier?
I'm sorry, I'm so short and I'm leaning over.
Oh, you're
a little shorty.
You're a gorgeous little tiny thing.
So I'm going to put this back in because I've still got the steam vents, but I just don't want any splashing or boiling. So, and then I'm just going to start off slowly.
Okay. So, what you've got there is like a gear shifter to me.
This is our
looks like a little. It looks like, so you literally are just
and
clicking.
I'll just go over to the plus and it goes, you can see the lights.
That is.
So whatever is lit up, so now I'm on speed 3.
That is smooth. So I can see where I'm at, but I also love that I can bring it up and down.
Yes, so then if we go, oh no, too high, we can take it.
All right, let's give it a blitz.
And with the soup, I just want to take it slowly because there is boiling liquid in here.
Okay, okay.
All right, so let's just, till it starts to break up.
You know, it's rather quiet, Belinda. I think for a machine of this, well, it's a really solid quality machine.
Correct.
Compared to my little flimsy stick blender, which I often have to hold the lid of the saucepan, you know, in front of me as a shield. It's almost like my shield.
And that's right. So once again, totally safe. You can have your kids, like if I've got, I did have a little stick blender, and our kids, you know, out of the kitchen while I use this, they can be standing here, and I feel totally confident that they can even do the speeds for me.
They can. Now, the thing I also love that if you were getting your teenagers or your unskilled, you know, non-chef like myself, the lid's locked on. It won't do any function. Functions will not happen unless the lid is locked on.
That's correct.
So we are
totally
safe. All right, let's
go. All right.
Let's serve this up, Belinda. I think I can just see underneath
a little
here.
bowl.
Oh.
So once again, you'll be able to, so we're, safety features again, so we're opening up.
Smooth.
And you've got the little notches at the side, so you're not lifting it up from the front, because in your real kitchen, this would be facing you. You've got your little notches there.
That looks beautiful.
For safety reasons, the lid, you can just remove that so easily.
I love that.
So take that.
So if you've just tuned in, this is not just a regular pumpkin soup. This is sweet potato and miso. It is made by our KitchenAid chef, but the recipe's in the book so you can make it yourself at home. You can either do it on the manual function or the automatic function. Would you mind? I'm going to get myself a spoon because I can't resist. This is, I mean, restaurant quality, I've got to say.
It smells
divine, consistency is just beautiful. Okay.
So I think that was about 17 minutes. So 17 minutes ago.
Thank you so much. 17 minutes, but 17.
Now, Gabby, I am a chef, so I've got to have a little bit of garnish here.
Thank you. 17 hands-free minutes.
That's right.
17 minutes where a machine was doing it for me, and it's super, super hot. So I don't want to have an injury.
Yes,
I've had many.
I've
had
slopped all down the side of that bowl there.
Oh, that is beautiful. Absolutely, the flavour is sensational. So did you make the miso paste or do you buy that?
No, I bought the miso paste.
Thank you, thank you. See, even professional chefs.
I do like convenience.
So we've all got to have our cheats, don't we?
That's
absolutely beautiful. The consistency of it is just beautiful. It's pureed to perfection because sweet potato can sometimes be a little bit, almost a bit granular. That is just beautiful.
Well, yeah, you can tell with that. It just looks beautiful and smooth. And I love, especially with soups, so we haven't had to deal with the hot liquid into the blender or use the stick blender.
Safe.
It's all just done.
Mess-free, safe. Now, let's check out that bolognese.
Right,
I think we've got to give that a bit of a look-see. So maybe we turn the temperature off and we open up the lid and we have a little look how it's going. So this is how it would be in real time, in your home. You may be time poor and you may need to lift the lid off and say, well, how's it going because the kids are famished, or I've got to get dinner ready because we're off to a meeting, or whatever it is. That is boiling away there beautifully. I reckon we give that a couple more minutes, Belinda, and I reckon we'll be able to serve that up. So in the meantime, is the beef and broccoli, I reckon we throw the beef and broccoli in and we get the satay going. So I'm going to see if I can do this one here myself. So I've just lifted that little release button there. open the lever, lid just folds back there. We've got the onion. I'm going to just pop in the beef. Is that how I'm going to do it?
Yes, let's just throw
Beef?
it all in now. So
Let's
we're
just
going to
throw
put
it in.
beef. So we've got our peanut butter.
Oh yes, please,
and
with some
our
soy
little-
sauce.
Yes.
Peanut butter
Sweet
and soy sauce. The Kepak Menace.
Kepak Menace,
Oh, I like
yes.
that. Beautiful. So these are all everyday ingredients, but if you want to start yours from scratch, like Belinda has over there, you're going to do with the red curry, be as creative or as basic, you know, and you know, even chefs do store-bought peanut butter, right?
Oh, yes. Well,
Well, sometimes.
I've got a really good blender.
Sometimes. Okay.
Oh, I apologise. I can't see anything.
We'll move
Here
that
we go.
back there.
All
So it's a little bit
right.
closer.
There we go. Time. Let's just turn that on.
So you are driving this manually again.
Going to
So what you're doing is setting the time.
Yes.
And setting the temperature and pressing start. So it's three
locked into place.
buttons, and it did that beep because the lid wasn't locked on.
What's going on here? There we go.
There we go. So look, if you do make a mistake, and it's not going to be a bad mistake, you're not going to damage the machine, you're not going to ruin the machine, you're not going to injure this machine, but if you do make a mistake, example, the lid's not on, it'll beep, it'll tell you. When the preheat function's finished, it will beep, it will tell you. When you set that cooking time, it will count backwards. So it's a safe cooking method. It's a hands-free cooking method. It counts backwards, it switches itself off, and then if it's in an automatic mode, it goes into automatic, keeping warm. So it buys you more time if you are busy. Now, let's have a little look at, I think we should start with the red curry paste.
Have a quick red curry
Let's
paste.
get that going, because this is the sort of thing that a real chef's going to do, but you're going to get these recipes in your recipe book, and you're also going to get the app. So look, here's a recipe here, and this is a KitchenAid yakitori. Take your cooking to the next level. Try this style of yakitori. It is 600 grams of the salmon fillet cut into cubes. You've got the serrano ham. You can insert the stir assist into the bowl, set the stew, P1 function button, put the sauce into a dish and marinate the salmon for 30 minutes, and then make up the skewers. Then you can place it in the steamer basket. Now you're getting 2 steamer baskets with this machine today. Pop it in the larger steamer basket, and the skewers, of course, in that upper basket. Press steam P2 and serve it with the remaining of the sauce. I hope you're ready for the level of food that you can create for your family and friends. Not only can you create the everyday me, the everyday mumsy meals, you can create
Gourmet.
the chef inspired.
There's nothing nicer
Come on,
than
chef.
a beautiful curry paste.
Come on, chef.
Right, so you get
Come
a
on.
mini bowl. So I'm going to use the mini bowl for this.
I haven't used this one yet.
This is
Okay.
amazing. So you can't cook in this, but this is for all your processing needs.
Oh,
So we're going to use the mini bowl.
So we're
Comes
now
with
talking
its own little blade.
food processor. We're now, this is your food processor. Okay, go.
Okay, so we're going to throw. So this.
What's that?
So this is our ginger, galangal, lemongrass, and peppercorns.
All the fancy stuff.
All the fancy stuff, and we're
Okay.
going to pulse this.
Okay, so now we're master chefing right here, right there.
So, and instead of using the mortar and pestle where you have to grind all your spices, this is going to do it for us.
Absolutely love it. So this is going to save me space in my pantry or in my butler's kitchen or in my corner cupboard, where you might have lots of, okay appliances or appliances that you've bought to try and do these sorts of jobs. This is an all-in-one system. This is this is KitchenAid quality. This is an appliance now. I haven't used that.
This is amazing.
I didn't
for
get the
little
chance
bits
to
and
use it.
pieces.
There are so many things that this machine can do. I didn't get the chance. I'm going to do this.
Little pestos, you can do little mayonnaises, little dips.
Is this what I do my hummus in?
Yes. If
What
you're not
about-
doing a big batch, you
Okay,
can do your hummus
great.
in this.
Right.
So
What am I
I'd like
doing
to talk
next?
a lot. So we're going to put this in
Which is
here.
onion,
chili and our lemongrass.
Oh, nice.
So
Are they
we'll
lime
just-
leaves as well, or lemongrass?
Sorry.
Kaffir lime?
Yes, kaffir lime leaves.
See, I'll tell you what,
And once again, this is just a pulse.
Look, this is something that I would do every once in a while when I want that real impressometer. When I'm cooking for some family or friends that, their level of restaurants that they go to are up there, right? This is when I'm going to spend that extra 10 minutes before I make my meal and because this is all it is. Maximum
That's right.
10 minutes. 10 minutes to take it to that restaurant quality. However, without this machine, I wouldn't know where to start. I wouldn't know. I'd need a mortar and pestle. I'd need a chopping board. I'd need little whizzers and choppers and machines. And it's nice to be able to use one appliance.
Machine. That's right. And that's what, the all-in-one appliance. And it makes quite a decent, so this is some I did earlier, so that will last quite a while.
are incredible. So question for you. I have 2 teenagers. One of them loves to cook. Well, actually, you know what? They both love to cook. One of them more than the other. One of them loves to follow recipes, and she loves to follow all these, cool food apps and this sort of thing. Is she going to be able to use it?
Oh, most certainly.
Wow.
Certainly.
Okay.
Easy.
Absolutely incredible.
And because of the program functions, as we
She'll
said.
use the app. She wouldn't. I'll refer to the recipe book. I like something tangible. I like to flick through the recipes, have a look. Change up my options. She'll follow the app. Now, what else have we got to do? Is that
Nothing. This is it. So you just need to process this for a little bit longer. But that's our
So
curry
that
paste.
is this.
Sorry, Gabby.
No, that's okay.
Yes.
So that is this. So let's lift the lid. Absolutely incredible. So you obviously made this a little while ago.
So I made that 2 days ago.
2 days ago. So I can store this in my fridge for what, a week?
I'd keep it up to curry paste almost 2 weeks in the fridge. You could keep your curry paste for.
Okay, incredible. So cook in bulk, make it in bulk, pop it in the fridge, or just cook the amount that you need just for that one recipe, so you're not wasting. You can either cook, meal prep, food prep. Now, Belinda, the bolognese, I've just realised that we didn't make any pasta, and I am feeling a little bit famished. I reckon this is just about ready to taste.
Right, I actually prepared some pasta.
Okay.
Did somebody say automatic? Was it automatic bolognese? I was like, I don't know what that is, but I want that.
Were you over there watching us saying she's forgotten?
I've been watching everything. It's amazing.
Now
This is so good.
that is a man who knows his way around the kitchen. When you see that I've forgotten to do something, Zach, love your work.
Good job.
Gee, I'll tell you what, well done. We're not
thank you
going to miss
very
out.
much.
We're not going to miss out. So let's just have a little look. I've paused that. Oh, have I done the right thing? Pause.
Does it stop?
Oh, so I've got to bring the stirring arm right down and stop. Release.
Open that one first.
Open
So
this one
open
first?
that one
Okay.
first.
So this first, second, and Zach, I'm going to find that ladle or a spoon here. Here we go. We've got a spoon here, a ladle. There we go. Because
Looks
if you
awesome, looks so good.
you were so clever to see that I hadn't made the pasta, I think that deserves a portion for lunch. Okay, I'll give you.
Serve my meal.
Look at this mince. I love it that it's not chunky. It's all separated, so it's mixed.
That one.
That
Are we gonna eat
was.
that later too?
Well, look, that's a proper chef's meal.
Thank you, Gabby. Thank
You're
you.
so
All
welcome.
right.
Enjoy. Enjoy. I'm going to have that for lunch too. So, Belinda.
Sorry, I've just added my coconut. There's so much going on here today. I've just added my coconut milk.
So what you've got here is, this is one that you've obviously cooked a little bit earlier.
Yes.
It-
So that's the finished
Can
product.
I try it?
You can
I,
try
please?
it.
I'm going to grab a fork because it looks beautiful, but what I love is it smells so aromatic, and I think it was because the onion, you brought through the flavours in that onion, and then of course you put the peanut butter and the
keycap manis.
Keycap
and the
manis.
peanut butter. So it's a real satay.
smells beautiful.
This is one. This is a favourite with my family. And it's quick. So we've got our coconut milk in there, and then we
it's
just
beautiful.
add our
Absolutely.
broccolini as well. So the broccolini is just going to cook in the mixture, and then a little bit of rice, and dinner is done.
Is that in the recipe book? Or the app?
No, this one's in the app.
Oh, it's in the app.
In the
Okay.
app.
Oh, I'm going to have to get onto the app there. I'm going to have to leave the recipe book. That is
It's very tasty, isn't it?
outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. So really, 3 buttons. You press 3 buttons. You really put in
all
about
you need.
5 ingredients.
Yep. Yes.
That is
And
beautiful.
dinner is served.
That's mine.
So with your rice, you can boil your rice in here
Can
as
you
well.
do your rice in there?
So
I knew
the
you
rice,
could do risotto.
Yes, you
I
can
did
do
not
your
know
rice.
that.
Do your
Let's-
rice. You could cook your pasta in this as well. So it really is a one-pot wonder.
Absolutely incredible. So because we are running low on time, I think we should cut to the chase. Let's go straight to my favourite. Let's talk about
Brownie.
dessert.
Oh, yes, that's my
So what
favourite too.
I didn't know much about what you're bringing in today to cook, but I did read somewhere, don't ask me how I remembered chocolate brownie, but I certainly remember chocolate brownie was on the
remember
menu.
chocolate brownie.
So I thought, you know what? It's one of my favourites. I'm well known for my chocolate brownie.
Oh,
I thought I'd give
got
you a little bit of competition. So I've got my chocolate brownie over here. So your chocolate brownie and my chocolate brownie were probably made very similarly.
In the cook processor?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I started mine and I mixed it. This was mine. I did a double batch because I thought, I don't want to be
yum.
shy. I don't want to be shy. I just really loaded it up. And when I say loaded it up, the capacity was probably a bit over halfway. I could have made enough for 2 of those.
Yes.
So if I
With
was
that 4.5 litre bowl, you can do large.
huge. So if you're entertaining, if it's party season, if it's Christmas time, if it's school fete time of the year when you've got to send along, stuff for the troops, you really can make in bulk, and you're going to use this every day. So over here we've got yours, and I'll turn mine out so we've got yours and mine. And I think it would be rude not to give this a little bit of a taste test.
So what I love about this is you don't need an extra pot, so you melt your butter and your sugar in this pot, then you put in your dough blade and you just add your flour, your cocoa, your eggs, everything is just in the pot.
That's exactly, it was one pot.
Easy.
Didn't need a mixing bowl, didn't need a spatula, didn't need my big cake mixer, and oh, I hope this is a bit ooey gooey in the middle.
Yum.
I so hope it's a bit ooey gooey.
Look at that, beautiful.
Come to mama, come to mama. Another thing I love, chocolate brownie has to have that crunch on the outside. With the ooze
soft in the middle.
Okay, so I'm going to slice this up and send this over to the troops. Yes, you do
Brownie after your pasta.
What can
Yes,
I
you do.
smell? What can I smell?
Now, I don't want him to know
There's a bit
which.
of everything going on.
I don't
here,
want him
isn't
to know which one's yours and which one's ours. Mine.
What are you
rather?
guys doing over there?
Okay.
What's going
Surprise.
on? Someone told me I had to put a
blind taste
blindfold
testing.
on, and I'm going to put this to the test.
Oh, Zach. Okay.
So-
Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Okay, now. I'm not going to tell you which one's which, but you've only got to save yourself for lunch.
Yes.
There's one.
Okay.
Have a little teeny tiny taste.
Gosh, thank you. That looks delicious. Well, it doesn't actually look like anything, but
You know what it is? Isn't it funny, your mind? As soon as you know you're going to have something
You know you get
delicious.
it.
huh?
Okay,
Delish,
pop
delish.
that
We're
down.
gonna put that down.
There's your plate there.
On the
there we go,
spaghetti?
Zach. On the spaghetti. No, not on the spaghetti. This is the second one. This is the second one.
Okay, second one.
You got a little crumb on you. There we
Okay.
go. On that
Gosh,
beautiful
a bit of a
jumper.
mess. This is really challenging, by the way. Try this at home, everyone.
Now when you finish.
That one. What's?
Oh, that's mine!
Gooey, that
Which
does
makes
look
you
Gabby?
absolutely beautiful.
Which makes me really excited because I am not a chef. I'm not a professional chef. I'm just a mum. Look, for me, it's got to be easy. It's got to be delicious. And I've never cooked anything like that in a Cook Pro before.
You wouldn't think to, would you?
Never,
It's
ever.
totally something, yes, surprising.
So it really is a multi-function, all-in-one appliance where we can be chopping, we can be stirring, we can be whisking, we can be making baby foods, we can be making soups, all the way through to those casseroles, those curries, and then of course the really delicate, beautiful desserts, the bit that I love. And it's the bit that you serve at the end of the meal, it's the bit that you remember most. It's the hands-free cooking that appealed to me. Yes. And that one pot, less mess, hands-free kitchen must-have. It really is something that's you're investing in your time. You're investing in an appliance. It's going to give you back time and create meals for the troops. So if you feel that there's one of these in your kitchen, get online, openshop.com.au, and remember you're getting free express delivery. Now the biggest decision you're going to have to make today is what colour are you going to have in your home, in your kitchen? Are you going to have the frosted pearl? Are you going to have the Empire Red? Or are you going to have that beautiful onyx black? We've got the 3 different colours. I mean, really, it's going to be your choice. There is the medallion silver as well. So we've got those 4 colour choices. And of course, the price, the value, the opportunity to buy KitchenAid, one of the world's leading kitchen appliance brands. This is the launch here at Openshop today. This is the 100-year centenary of KitchenAid. Stand by for this clip. We'll be back in a moment.
For 100 years, KitchenAid has been inspired by makers. The explorers, the creators. You're the reason we innovate and create possibility. So keep making, and we'll keep making history together.
Now, Belinda, it is lunchtime and everyone is hoeing in. Everybody,
look at this,
they're standing
yum.
around. There's sparks coming off those forks, I've got to say. The smell of the food, but how good is that satay? I was really, that was going to be mine. I'm a little bit
The soup's
disappointed.
yummy, isn't it?
I'm going to get a fork in a moment. But you know what I really want to try, Belinda? That red curry paste. You've inspired me.
Easy.
I'm normally a cheap cook, but you've inspired me because it was easy. So what am I going to do to finish it off? We've got the salmon
So
here.
we've got our salmon, so you just put a little bit of curry paste over the top of your salmon.
Right.
And then we're going going to use our two
Steaming
steamer
baskets.
baskets. We'll put our vegetables, so we've got our Chinese vegetables in the lower steamer basket. We'll put our salmon on the top.
So it's veggies and our
Yes,
fish all in one.
the steamer
I
baskets
don't
are
have
an
to marinate the
amazing
fish
size.
overnight. I'll just pop it on top. Okay, so I'm going to use those two steaming baskets. So now we've also turned this into a steamer. So this really is a multi-function, all-in-one appliance. Don't eat it all, guys.
Save some for us.
Save some for me. So I'll go the salmon. I'll leave them to that. So really, if this is an appliance that you would like in your kitchen, again, 300 386. You've got the 4 colour selections. You've got a multi-function must-have, in my opinion, a must-have. This is like having your helper. This is like having an assistant in the kitchen. This is like having that gourmet next level if you like Belinda. Or if you're like me and you just do the everyday meals, but you want them to be delicious, nutritious, and you kind of want them to, you know, resemble the restaurant down the road.
Show off a little bit.
Yeah, show off a little bit or show off a lot. This is an appliance that you can drive manually. You can drive it automatically. And at the price, it really is value. So it's valued at just over $2,000. This is incredible value. In my opinion, it is a must-have in everyone's kitchen at $999. Remember, we're sending it out to you for free. Express delivery. And of course, if it's your first purchase, you'll be getting 10% off. So jump on the app, openshop.com.au. Do it now. What have you got to lose? From our home to yours, this is Shoppertainment. Enjoy.
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 So good. Thank you so much. So good.